Sustained enforcement of immigration laws will be paramount this fiscal year. That from Foreign Affairs and Immigration Minister Fred Mitchell. Minister Mitchell says some $1 million has been allocated for illegal migrant repatriation this fiscal year. The same sum will be spent on repairs to the Carmichael Road Detention Center. However, while illegal immigration remains a concern, Minister Mitchell claims legal immigration is also a challenge.
If the big establishments can get the workers they want from the outside, what about the ordinary citizen? And there are many, many ordinary citizens who want work permits for their maids, for their gardeners, for their handyman. So on the one hand then, you're sitting there turning back work permits, you say, to protect Bahamian jobs for the big guys and then the small guy, or you're giving them because they say they need them. But you're telling the small person they can't get the work permit, they must find someone in the country to do the work.
Minister Mitchell proposes to revive a joint commission between the governments of the Bahamas and Haiti to monitor illegal immigration. Regarding foreign affairs, Minister Mitchell said the government will continue maritime boundaries discussions with the United States this year. New ambassadors and heads of missions will be named in 90 days, and consideration will be given to establishing a High Commission office in Kingston, Jamaica, to deal with CARICOM affairs.
There is a line item for operational expenses for an office in Geneva. We expect that this office will come on stream within the next fiscal year. Planning must also begin for an embassy in Brazil. Brazil is a key market for financial services, the financial services sector.
Minister of Investments Kalis Roll says he has some big plans for his ministry, which was reconstituted under the Christie administration. During his budget contribution, Mr. Roll outlined some of those plans which will help to bolster the economy. Our Janaea Noel Ferguson has the story.
Minister of State for Investments in the Office of the Prime Minister, the Honorable Kalis Roll, said central to his strategy is the creation of a business plan, especially focused on small businesses, which he dubs as the engine of the economy. He gave instructions to staff to roll out the red carpet for investment, both foreign and local.
Currently, Mr. Speaker, there are some good projects in the pipeline. We met with a developer yesterday that has some great ideas on some things that he would like to do in the Bahamas. There are projects in alternative energy, in the resort sector, in agriculture, just to name a few. Those are mostly foreign direct investment. But, Mr. Speaker, my focus is to, like I did when I was head of the chamber, is to be an advocate for small business development.
Mr. Roll added that very soon legislation will come about to provide small businesses with the appropriate legislation needed.
I worked very closely with getting small and medium-sized enterprise legislation developed to be brought to Parliament. And we spent a lot of money, we committed a lot of time and a lot of effort, and unfortunately the legislation didn't make the agenda. But I can assure the small business community that under our administration, I've taken a personal interest in ensuring that this legislation makes it to Parliament.
All in all, he said, there is no specific way to deal with all of the challenges small businesses face, but everyone working together will bring about some resolve.
Still challenged in finding acceptable results. I would like to lay a charge for all the members of this honorable House to take the people into consideration as we go about doing the business of the people. The people need us more now than ever, Mr. Speaker. The country needs our best. There is no mistaking what the country needs. The country needs the best and brightest ideas to come to the fore because we are at risk. The minimalist approach cannot work today.
Janaea Noel Ferguson, ZNS News.
Also making his contribution was Dr. Daniel Johnson, the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, who said youth will be his priority. Dr. Johnson said most of the negative things happening today could be avoided, and he's discouraging blame on children, many of whom are dealing with difficult circumstances. He said parents must take most of the blame for their condition.
The proportion of young people who are interested in being productive is so high. It is amazing. These people are interested in entering the workforce. We don't need to build a bigger police force to deal with them. We don't need to build a bigger defense force to deal with them. You need to develop a serious workforce to deal with them. That's what they want to enter.
Dr. Johnson said there will be many new initiatives, including the Gold Plan, a series of weekly strategic meetings. He also made note of the Bahamas hosting Carifta next year, and for the first time, a true Junkanoo festival featuring the 12 Days of Christmas, a Junkanoo celebration. He also talked about the marking of the 25th anniversary of Junior Junkanoo, among other initiatives. He said he plans to put sporting facilities in Moores Island, Abaco, as he moves his ministry out of New Providence and into the islands.
In order to do this work for the Bahamian people, we are faced with a situation where we do have to borrow a little bit more money. It's not a lot. As I tell people, don't panic. We will make this back. We will grow this economy. We will feed ourselves. We will encourage investment. We're going to see, Mr. Key, you should have jumped with that one. We're going to feed ourselves, even from Abaco. We're going to make sure that economic growth is done in tandem with our national goals, that all these things come together, and in a few years, not in 5 years, in a few years, look at 2 years in, you will see the trend towards economic growth, reduction of debt, and peace and prosperity in the Bahamas again.
A proposal to make Arawak Key vendors responsible for their own garbage collection will mean a $3,000 monthly savings to the government. Well, that money will not be taken out of the Arawak Key coffers, though, but redirected to improve the area. Carla Palmer explains.
We are looking at transforming this entire area into really a marina village over the hill.
Operations Manager at the Arawak Fish Fry, Sonny Russell, is anticipating the planned upgrade site, which he feels could only boost the bottom line for the 40 vendors there. Improvements include a Bank of the Bahamas automated teller machine.
We think that this would be an avenue to spark commerce. People come to the fish fry, they congregate here and socialize, and they might run out of monies. Here lies a convenient setup where they can go and touch out another $50 or $100 and spend with these people here. Addition to the ATM machine, we have also asked the bank to install a night deposit, which is another feature that can provide service for operators here.
According to Russell, it's no accident that the ATM will be strategically placed directly in front of the police station at the Fish Fry.
They'll have 24-hour surveillance there by means of CCTV, as well as manned security.
Twin Brothers is a popular eatery attracting both locals and tourists to the Fish Fry. Owner Buddy McCarty is embracing the improvements.
I think that'll be nice, and especially for the tourists, because the tourists are always asking for ATM machines and stuff. I think it'll be a good thing because this area is growing, and that's a good thing, and it will definitely complement our business out there. Yeah.
In addition to the ATM, other improvements are planned.
We are putting in new signage. We would wish to notify the public that they should adhere to the signs when they come to the fish fry, particularly for no parking zones or tollway zones, or where there is areas for taxis to exclusively park.
In a few weeks' time, all of the upgrades should be completed. Carla Palmer, ZNS News.
Welcome to your Royal Fidelity Business News this Friday. I'm the Dawn Davis. Here's a story for all of you BlackBerry users out there. Research in Motion, also known as RIM, the parent company of BlackBerry, will unveil a new curve in about 3 weeks. The new BlackBerry is expected to provide a unique smartphone experience, RIM's Caribbean director Sean Killen stopped by our studios earlier this week to tell us all about the phone's amazing new features.
I think one of the features that people are going to like a lot is the FM radio. So you can plug it in, FM radio. The battery life on this one, compared to the old curves, about 30 or 40% better. And the internet experience and the application experience is much, much stronger compared to the old curves. Those curves are about 3 years old now. And these are all running our 7.1 software. It's our best software release. It's incredibly stable, and I think they're going to really like it, actually.
Killen boasts of RIM's great relationship with the Bahamas telecommunications company and Cable and Wireless International. He says the new partnership has strengthened it even more. Now, did you know there were 1.6 million BlackBerry users in the Caribbean? The communications executive says the Caribbean is the company's stronghold.
The best markets we have right now, I would say Dominican Republic is a very strong market, Jamaica is a very strong market, and what we're seeing right now with Bahamas is it's probably the #1 growth market we're going to see this year. Maybe a little bit slower on the adoption 3 or 4 years ago, but now that things are changing with the network here, you're seeing people just really run to data, and the market's starting to explode.
And that's a look at your Royal Fidelity business news this Friday. I'm LaDawn Davis.
It's time for today's Doctor's Hospital health tip. Can prostate cancer be prevented? Because the exact cause of prostate cancer is not known, it's not known if it's possible to prevent most cases of the disease. Many risk factors such as age, race, and family history can't be controlled, but you may be able to reduce your risk of prostate cancer by changing the way you eat. You should eat a variety of healthy foods and limit your intake of red meats, especially those high in fat or any processed meats. Eat 5 or more servings of fruits and vegetables each day. Breads, cereals, grain products, rice, pasta, and beans are also recommended. These guidelines on nutrition may also lower the risk for some other types of cancer. Tomatoes, raw, cooked, or in tomato products such as sauces or even ketchup. Pink grapefruit and watermelon are rich in lycopenes. These vitamin-like substances are antioxidants that help prevent damage to DNA and may help lower prostate cancer risk. Some studies suggest that taking vitamin E each day can lower risk as well. Selenium, a mineral, may also lower risk. On the other hand, vitamin A supplements may actually increase prostate cancer risk. If you're unsure about whether you should take vitamins or other supplements, talk with your doctor. Be sure to have your annual physical and prostate-specific antigen, PSA test. If you don't have a primary care physician, contact the sessional clinic at Doctor's Hospital to make an appointment.